Greetings from CNS and welcome to this new episode of NTB Dialogues, a special interview series presenting insightful and thought provoking conversations with leaders to accelerate progress towards ending tuberculosis. This series underpins the urgency to step up the fight against the epidemic. 193 countries have promised to end tuberculosis by 2030, and India has promised to end it 5 years earlier, that is in 2025. So we are left with only 135 months to end it globally and 75 months to end the epidemic in India. But the latest global TB report does not paint a very good picture of this fight, and it seems that we are lacking in progress against ending the epidemic. Today in the series, we have a special guest with us, Dr. M. Puri, who is consultant chest physician at the National Institute for Tuberculosis and Respiratory Diseases, New Delhi, which was formerly the LRS Institute. Welcome, doctor, to our show. And we are interested in knowing where does India stand right now in this fight against TB, because the global TB report paints a dismal picture not only of India but other countries as well, except the European region. So where are we lacking and what are the main challenges which a country like India is facing?
You see that if TB is such a big problem, it itself is a challenge. It is not a challenge for a decade, it is a challenge of centuries. So we have come quite far away from that challenge. Recently, within our revised National Tuberculosis Control Program, now we have utilized all the available resources, all the tools which are available latest to diagnose the TB cases, to diagnose the drug resistance, to make the diagnosis more conformative in a molecular way also. And we are now using all the drugs which are available anywhere in the world and providing all these medicines to the patient at a no cost to the patient, and providing support them, providing nutritional support to them also through the direct benefit transfer, which is a program of our RNTCP. So I don't think that we will lag behind in achieving our target, because where there is a will, there is a way. We are doing our own, all the good efforts are being done. So we will definitely be successful and reaching there. Now we are coming to the treatment of management of the latent TB also. So you know what is latent TB? It is a TB which has not come in a open form, or it has not come openly to the patient, but he is at a risk of developing TB. So we are now planning to treat these cases also. We have a meeting also where we have decided which group of the patient should be taken for that, because we know that to control the TB, we want to have a anti-TB strategy where we want to decrease the transmission of the TB to a certain extent, to that extent that our coming generation should not suffer from this disease. Though it is a very challenge, it is a challenging and we have to achieve it, and we will achieve it.
So what are the groups which are being targeted now for latent TB?
So we know that at present the contact of the tuberculosis patients are at a higher risk of developing tuberculosis. And so all the, particularly in the children group, they are very vulnerable because they live inside and they live near to the contact of the TB patients, and they get the infections. And when in TB, you know, the infection, once it is there, it is not necessary that it will develop to the tuberculosis disease. But in the first 2 years, they are at a high risk of developing the tuberculosis, and the children are more susceptible to them. So for all the children who are less than 5 years, we have to give them the prophylaxis treatment to prevent them to develop the tuberculosis. And then we are also now taking the another adult group also. So we are planning to shift it to these group also, and after doing some testing, so that is in the pipeline and we are doing that.
Okay, so you will test and treat the...
Test, and we will test them and we will treat them, and that is through the program.
Okay. Any challenges or which you will encounter, because this treatment, this preventive treatment therapy is actually being given to seemingly healthy persons. They are healthy, and they don't have that risk perception of a disease. If I am healthy, if I don't have any symptoms, I will not want to take a medicine as a layperson. So will you face those challenges when
No, it is not that if you are healthy, but if you are at a risk,
yes.
then you have to take the treatment. There are certain diseases where the post-exposure prophylaxis has been given, and it is recommended also. And now the TB is also of that thing, and it is not. It is a new thing. It is a very old thing. We know that post-exposure tuberculosis treatment is also given. In developed country, they give it. If the TB disease is not detected or the infection is detected, they treat it. But we are not treating it because of the large number of the healthy person having the infection. So that's why we were not treating them. We were waiting that when they get the disease and then we are treating. Now our targets have changed. Our target is not to decrease the TB cases. Our target is to end the TB from this globe. And our country is also has the commitment to that. They will also remove the TB from this earth. So we are having the commitment that we will do by 2025. So to that we have to change our strategy. We have to include the treatment for the latent TB also. With that, without that, it will not be possible.
So in your practice, do you come across many people with latent TB, or have you put any people on preventive therapy?
Yes, a large like preventive therapy is not, but we have the experience of seeing so many patients.
Yes.
Through that we can recollect a large number of the patient who were the contact of these patients.
Right.
And then they come again, because once a patient is treated and he gets cured, he will like to come to the same doctor, and then we remember them. We remember a large number of the patients who have been treated and they become cured, but later on they come that their son, their daughter, they have some fever or they have done some blood in the sputum. When they come, we find that they are suffering from tuberculosis and we treat them. Not only that, they are found to be sensitive TB, we have treated the multi-drug resistant TB patients also. And then when their treatment was completed, after 1 or 2 years, they come back with not for their problem, for the problem of their kids. And when we treat them, we find the diagnosis is also that they also have the drug resistant TB also. So the TB is transmitted, we know that it is transmitted, but we were not doing that. Now the facilities is there. We were not able to diagnose the sensitivity or resistant TB a few years ago, but now it is possible to do it. Every patient at the time of diagnosis, we know that he is sensitive TB to the rifampicin or is resistant TB, and we treat accordingly. So the treatment facilities has also improved, the diagnostic facilities has also improved, and all these are available now. It is available. Otherwise, sometimes some things are not available in the country, they are available in our country, and I can tell you that the best treatment which is available in the world is available in our country. So we will achieve it.
Yes, but maybe compliance is different in different places. Delhi, I think, is very good.
No, you know that everything has their own limitations. Every program has their limitations, and that we have to look into that. Those limitations are there, we have to look into that, but dedicated team is required. Without dedication, nothing is possible, that I will say that. Dedicated and organized team is required. So we have a very good leadership quality also. Even at the government level, they are higher authorities are looking into this program, and they will achieve it.
Have you come across, is there still a lot of stigma in tuberculosis in your patients who come? Are they affected by that stigma in not completing treatment or not coming to the hospital?
No, I have come across all type of patients. There are some patients, even educated and they openly discuss their diseases. They don't have any stigma, but there are some patients who have faced this stigma also. Somewhere in their subconscious mind they have faced this stigma, but over the last 3 decades I have seen that this stigma is slowly is not that which was there previously. So with the education, because you see that there are promotions also, we have in the celebrities also who are supporting these programs, they say that. So TB, I used to say to the patient, you are lucky that you got this disease, because if you got other disease which is not incurable, this is a curable disease. So the stigma, I will through this message also like to say that we should not worry about the TB. We should, if got the TB, we should get it treated and we will be as healthy as before the disease. So this is one of the disease which is curable. Now even the resistant TB is curable. I have the patients where they have developed TB, young girls, they have developed resistance TB, they got treated, cured, then they delivered. They have the kids also, they have done their education, they have completed education after the TB. So one should not hide the disease, one should come out with their disease, discuss it to others also that they have got the disease, get cured, and now they are doing very well in the society. So TB is a one disease which can help you to overcome the poverty also, because it once the life is safe, it saves the entire family also.
Right. So one action point which you would suggest which will accelerate the fight against TB, one important action point according to you.
Never ignore your symptoms. If you have cough, always consult your doctor. If it is a TB, get it treated. We have the good setup in the government setup also. This is the only disease where I like that all patients should go to the government setup for the TB, because from the very beginning I diagnose the patient whether he is a rifampicin resistant or not resistant, sensitive, give the appropriate latest treatment. Second, I like to say that is also equally important. It is first that whenever you cough, what type of the cough it is, you should always catch it in your handkerchief. This will prevent all the respiratory diseases. So cough hygiene is very important.
Infection control.
Infection control.
Thank you, doctor. We were in conversation with Dr. Puri, consultant chest physician at the National Institute for Tuberculosis and Respiratory Diseases, India, and he was speaking with us as part of the NTB Dialogue series of CNS. Thank you.
Welcome.